Welcome to District Championship Softball. Winner of this game is guaranteed berth in the state tournament and has a chance to play for the District Championship tomorrow versus the Preston Indians.
Actually,
Saturday. It is Saturday.
It feels like Friday, but it's actually Saturday.
Saturday against the Preston Indians. The loser, their season ends. So the Bear Lake Bears hosting the Marsh Valley Eagles. Benny Carlson, along with his father Doug Carlson, are your umpires. Benny will be behind the plate. And the Bears, the home team, will have Lindsay Fisher in the circle. Maddie Barchi will be the leadoff hitter for the Marsh Valley Eagles when they come up to bat. And that's the way it's going to start. Let's go around the diamond. We do have one change defensively. Over at third base, it will be Abby Humphreys as usual. Peyton Crockett, the shortstop, Bentley Price at second. But because Callie Beard is ill, which we knew from yesterday she wasn't feeling well, McKinley Humphreys will get the start over at first base. The freshman making her first start at first base in the games we've been to. Behind the plate will be Cambria Romrell. Out in center field will be Brooklyn Pope. Right field is Maddie Michael. And in left field will be Ellie Romrell. The Bears are 2-0 against these Marsh Valley Eagles this year. Marsh Valley came in as the number 5 seed, the last seed to make it into the tournament. They beat Snake River twice. That's how they earned the right to be here. Snake River and Marsh Valley were the 4-5s, so that wasn't a major upset. The biggest upset in the tournament was actually Snake River pulling out the upset against American Falls. Mm-hmm. So American Falls was the first team eliminated from the tournament, and they were the third team coming in, to the third place team coming in, and most people thought they would be your third place team. They would be here for this game, and instead they went home. So Snake River and Marsh Valley played yesterday for the chance to be here to face the Bears, and obviously the Snake River Panthers could not pull off the victory. It was an interesting game. Just like the game here last week, Snake River and Marsh Valley played last Saturday here in the first round of the district tournament, and yesterday it went 9 innings, just like it did here. Similar game, similar result, and Marsh Valley came from behind in that game and got the win, and that's why they're here. So Maddie Barchi will be the leadoff hitter. Lindsay Fisher, the pitcher. We're ready for softball. Winner goes to state and plays for the district championship. Loser, season is over. Here's the first pitch. Called strike. Nice way to start the game by Lindsay Fisher. She was 6 inches from a home run yesterday in Preston. And it would have been game-changing because at the time Bear Lake was up 1-0, and that would have been a big inning for the Bears. We ended up not getting any runs out of it.
I don't even know if she was 6 inches. She hit the top of the fence, and it bounced
back
in. I think if she'd even been an inch or two higher, it would have gone over.
So 1-1 now after that pitch. Just high, ball 2. So 2 balls and a strike. Barchi yet to take the bat off her shoulder. She took the first pitch for a strike. The second 2 have been balls, and here's the 2-1 pitch to the leadoff hitter of the game, and that she's going to fly that one into center field, and Pope won't be able to get to it. It's going to be a single. Maddie Michael with a great little backup there.
That was a long ways to go to try to get that ball. So
the deep pop fly goes for a single. I call it a pop fly because it was not really far enough to be a fly ball and way too high to be a line drive. So the pop fly is a single, and Barchi with a little blooper as the leadoff is on first base. Now East, who's the shortstop today, is the batter. She swings at a ball way up high out of the zone. That was maybe a hit and run call. The coaches may have said, hey, swing at anything because we're going to have her running. We're going to try to steal an extra base here. And she swung at a high pitch out of the zone. Barchi retreats to first base, and it's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Foul ball, actually foul tip. Just got a piece of it enough that Romrell doesn't get in her glove. It goes off her mask into the backstop. And so it's 0-2 just like that. That was probably ball two. It was in the inside part of the plate there at the best. So here's the 0-2 pitch to East. Struck her out, swing and a miss, and throw down to first. Isn't going to get the double play, but you save. Phillips 66 strikeout to start to get the first out of the game after the little bloop single to the leadoff hitter, and that will bring Peck to the plate. She's the designated hitter today. She's not playing in the field. She's just going to be hitting number 3 in the lineup, and she is going to hit that one, and Michael makes the catch, and she's going to throw it to first base for the double play because Barchi did not realize that was going to be caught. What a play by Maddie Michael. Double play ends the inning. What could have been a possibly RBI double if she doesn't catch that is outs number 2 and 3. So the double play erases the single, and the Bears set the Eagles down in order 1, 2, 3. We'll have the leadoff hitter Peyton Crockett at the plate right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
My name is Benjamin Bozen. I am a family medicine physician. I really enjoy providing care to the whole family, from newborns to elderly care. I like athletes and sports medicine, and then I also do osteopathic manipulative therapy, which is a hands-on treatment. My ultimate goal is to be your advocate and to help you have the best life that you can have, to help you achieve your goals.
Peyton Crockett will be the leadoff hitter. She was 3 out of 4 yesterday. The only time she got out was actually a deep fly ball. So she hit the ball extremely well against Keller over there in Preston yesterday. And she was our Steel Man of the Game. Southeast Idaho Steel sponsored our Steel Man of the Game. Southeast Idaho Steel for your laser engraving, whether that be wood or other products. They had done some really cool leather binders for the coaches this year as coaches' gifts. They've done wood engraving for us. They've done metal sign for us. Southeast Idaho Steel, get a hold of them on Facebook for all that kind of stuff. They do a fantastic job. And they sponsor our Steel Man of the Game, and it was Peyton Crockett yesterday. We kind of got off the air in a hurry because there was an incident going on that I was trying to make sure I was there if it needed me to be there for. And so we didn't give them their due credit. But Peyton Crockett yesterday had an incredible game offensively and very solid game defensively. And so she was our Southeast Idaho Steel Man of the Game. And she's going to be the leadoff hitter. She's got a big bat. She hit a couple home runs here in one game just about a week and a half ago. She just was crushing the ball yesterday.
Was it against this team?
I think it was.
Or maybe Preston.
No, Preston, she only had one. It was Romrell that had 2 against Preston.
I think it was against this team then.
So she, on the year in the games that we have done, let's see. She has 2 home runs in the games we have done this year. And so here we go. Peyton Crockett steps into the box as the leadoff hitter, and she's got a great on-base percentage, and she takes strike 1 outside of the knees.
It's a pretty pitch.
Pitcher's pitch, especially on the first pitch, because that's one that you're probably not going to offer at, and it gets a quick strike. So Sorensen gets ahead in the county. That one's too far outside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And I don't think Sorensen was the pitcher in the previous game. I think it was Peck was the pitcher when we played these guys before. And that's a high fly ball into center field. Wynn's going to play tricks on it, but Campbell's going to get underneath it. 4 out, number 1. She played that well. She stayed back and waited for it to come down before she came up on it, because as high as it was, you knew the wind was going to move it around, and she was still able to make the catch in what turned out to be more shallow center field than I expected, and that brings Brooklyn Pope to the plate with nobody on and 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning in a 0-0 ball game. Here's the pitch, outside, ball 1. Very different pitching compared to yesterday. Sorensen throws a very different ball, much different windup than Keller does, so it might take the Bears a couple of innings to time her up. Here's the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. That was a rise ball, and that's one that's probably ball 2. She lets it go. But those rise balls are deceptive. They look like they're going to be a pretty good pitch to hit, and then they make their way up and out of the zone. So here's the 1-1 pitch with one out, nobody on. That's going to be a foul ball out of play. Defensive swing there. Swung at it late. She's like, oh, that's a strike. I better try to see what I can do with it. And she fouls it out. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Base is empty. We've only had 4. This is the 5th batter of the game here in the bottom of the 2nd. Foul tip just stays alive there. The count remains 1-2. So the Eagles got a leadoff single, but then the double play retired them 1-2-3 after a Phillips 66U save strikeout in the middle. And the Bears have gone in order so far, with Crockett being the first batter of the inning and the first out. Ball just outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Pope, the senior center fielder. Yesterday, she was 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt. She almost had another sacrifice bunt as she takes ball 3, and they decided to come home with it, and they tagged out McKinley Humphreys at home plate. Pope was trying to bunt herself on. And she fouls that one off to stay alive. She's working the count here, making Sorensen throw her a lot of pitches. And the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's a knocker walk situation. See if she can get herself on base. A leadoff hitter would be great with Romrell and Humphreys coming up with a runner on. She takes ball 4. That one was started off just at the lower part of the zone and then dropped out and bounces off home plate for ball 4. So now Cambria Romrell, who has a huge bat. On the season, she's got 3 home runs in games we've been at, but she had 2 home runs in an inning over in Malad. She takes low and away for ball 1. So after getting Crockett to pop out, a walk, and now here's Cambria Romrell at the plate for the Bear Lake Bears. She's showing bunt. She's going to pull back. Pope's going and is going to slide in safely with the stolen base. It was ball 2. No, he called it a strike. He's saying 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner now in scoring position after the stolen base. And Romrell will foul that one back as 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good cut at it. She just didn't time it up quite right. Fouled it off. And she'll have a chance right here with a 1-2 count now to get a hit. Shorten up her swing, hit a line drive. Right here's what you'd like to see with a 2-strike count. And she's just going to foul that one off. Lucky to get a piece of that rise ball and stay alive. Abby Humphreys, who had an RBI in yesterday's game, in fact, the only RBI until the 7th inning for the Bears, is in the on-deck circle. And if either her or Romrell reach safely without a double play, it will be Lindsay Fisher. 2 balls, 2 strikes as she takes high and in with that one. Two is the count. Brooklyn Pope, the runner at second. Cambria Romrell, the batter. Oh, struck her out inside corner. Nice
Yes,
pitch.
It was.
I don't mind that call. It was
I
a
wouldn't
good
have.
one.
I wouldn't have swung at it either, though. It was.
With 2 strikes, that's when you just try to foul off and stay alive. Here's now Humphreys standing in there with 2 outs. Chance to bring that runner in after Pope drew a walk. She takes outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. No, 2 outs, 1 on. No score. 0-0 in the first inning. Bottom of the first inning. And Humphreys pops it up. Should be easy for the pitcher. It is. And the Bears strand a runner after Pope drew the walk. And we'll go to the top of the second. 0-0 right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Trevor Jacobson. I'm a family practice provider here at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. After graduating high school at Bear Lake High School, I went to BYU, Idaho to play baseball. After a year, went on a LDS mission to Chile. Ended up going to medical school at the University of Utah. did family practice in Salt Lake City. Worked in Hawaii for a time, and then back here when this job opened up. Being able to practice back here has always been a dream. I've been working here at the hospital for almost 10 years. What I like about family practice is you get to see a little bit of everything. And in a rural setting, you get to do a lot of things that you don't normally get to do. My passion's spending time with my family, particularly outdoors. A lot of whitewater rafting in the summer, snow skiing in the winter. What makes me feel good at the end of the day is just connecting with my patients. We look forward to seeing you and taking care of you.
Olivia Campbell will be the leadoff hitter for the Marsh Valley Eagles in the top of the second. She had the catch out in center field on the Peyton Crockett fly ball to record the first out of the bottom of the first inning. She's 1 out of 3 on the year against the Burdick Bears. And that's 2 games worth of action for the number 4 hitter. So that tells you she's walked a few times. Hasn't hit the ball exceptionally well, but she is a good hitter. We watched her do some damage against Snake River in the game here the other day and in the game yesterday in Preston. Definitely a capable hitter. Senior center fielder will be the leadoff hitter, followed by Larson, the catcher, and Foster, the third baseman, will be the 4, 5, 6 hitters in the lineup. The double play deleted the only hit of the game. It was delivered by Marsh Valley. The Bears stranded a runner on a walk. Those have been the only 2 base runners in this game here headed into the second inning. Lindsay Fisher still in the circle. Cambria Omrell back behind the plate. And we've had 2 USAVE Phillips 66 strikeouts in the game, 1 by each pitcher. USAVE Phillips 66 live to the full, where your convenience is our pleasure. That's ball 1 to Campbell. She takes outside. Here is the 1-0 pitch. It's a good one, and it's a foul ball out of play over into the baseball diamond. So it's 1-1. Campbell way out in front of that one and just fouls it off harmlessly. Here is the 1-1 pitch. Fouled back over our heads for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody on, nobody out, no runs for either team here in the top of the second inning on a very windy, sunny, but very windy Thursday afternoon. Another foul ball, and that was a rise ball that she again just got a piece of, fouls off, back out of play. She's put 3 out of play, and that's all he had in his bucket. So they're looking for a ball. They got 1 back in. And Fish is set to deliver the 1-2 pitch. To Campbell. And she got her foul off again. Again, out of play. And that was, hey, I think that might be strike 3. I got to stick a bat out there. And that's all she could do with it. She got the bat on the ball. Kept herself alive, and we'll have the 1-2 pitch once again to Olivia Campbell. That one's high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. As a pitcher, you know you got a pitch to work with there. You like a ball up where they can't do much with it. She's got a little bit too much height on that one. And it's 2-2. She still has a pitch to give.
Ooh.
Oh, just missed outside corner. That's, again, a great miss there by Fisher, because that's one that Campbell couldn't have done anything with other than foul it off. And you might get a call sometimes on that one. It didn't miss by much, but it's a full count here, knocker walk situation for Campbell. Here's the pitch. Oh, walked her. Same pitch again. So after the 1-2 count, Campbell draws the walk. And for the second inning in a row, the Marsh Valley Eagles have a runner, their leadoff runner on. Barchi was erased on the double play on the fly ball to right field. Larson, the catcher, will now be the hitter, with Campbell down at first base. Here's the pitch. She squares to bunt, and safe at second on the stolen base. Ball 1.
That was a great throwdown. Campbell just ran around the
Ran
tag.
around the tag. If she would have slid 99% of the time, you got to slide to be safe. That time, if she would have slid, she might have slid right into the tag.
Right.
Here is the 1-0 pitch now with runner in scoring position for the first time in the game for the Marsh Valley Eagles, and that one's high and away to Larson. So after Campbell drew the walk, Larson's up 2-0. Larson, the catcher today, she's 1 out of 2 in the 2 games against the Bears, and that's now 3-0. As that pitch missed way inside. 3-0 count now. This is a hitter's dream. You got a couple pitches in a row that you can just focus on your pitch and swing for the fences. And she fouled that first attempt off. It's 3-1. You got the same opportunity again. You know the pitcher's probably going to be close to the plate to try to avoid giving up that walk, especially after giving up a leadoff walk with nobody out. So you center in on your pitch and you swing your best swing. Here we go, 3-1. 3-2. And I'm not sure what she was looking at there. That was...
Yeah. I think she thought it was high.
But that was a great pitch by Lindsay Fisher right down the middle, just above the belt. So 3-2 now for the second batter in the row. And Fisher gets the ground ball. And it's going to be a single, as a great job by Pope of getting that one in, as that ground ball just got past Crockett. The runner froze thinking Crockett might bring it up, and so first and third on the ground ball up the middle. And this brings up Foster, the third baseman, hitting number 6 in the lineup. And she has not hit safely yet this season against the Beardick Bears in the games that I've recorded. And we did do both games, so here we go. Runners at first and third. Here's the pitch. Oh man, they tried to fake Campbell into an out. Campbell was expecting it. The throw wasn't there, and it leads to a run. So it was an intentional throw the ball away, but it wasn't a good throw because Crockett didn't know the play was coming in, so she wasn't in position, and Campbell scores on the error. So the first run of the game is courtesy of a walk, a single, and an error. And Marsh Valley out number 1 with the pop fly. Marsh Valley leads at 1-0 is what I was about to say. And the little pop fly didn't go very high, but that was a great job there by Cambria Romrell to jump out of her stance, catch that one, and record out number 1. So this brings up Sorensen now. She's the pitcher. She's hitting in the 7 spot. There is a runner at second, so runner in scoring position for her, and she is going to
That's a good hit.
get a single to center field, and they're going to send her, and she will score. And on the throw, Sorensen gets to second. So the line drive to center field, and that's one that the Bears probably should have cut that one off and gone to second. They may have been able to get the out at second as they had time to get the out there. They weren't going to get the out at home. And Van Leuven comes to the plate as the 8-hitter with a 2-0 lead now for Marsh Valley with a runner at second and only 1 out. As they're not hitting the hot ball hard. Everything's hitting right in front of the Bears or on the ground, but they're finding holes, and it's 2-0 with only 1 out and a runner at second. That's going to be a ground ball, foul ball. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at second, 2 runs have already crossed the plate. Here at the bottom of the lineup, the top of the lineup went single, strikeout, double play. The bottom of the lineup has gone walk and with a couple of hits, and that's another foul ball. And just like that, it's 2-0 Marsh Valley here in the top of the second inning, with still only 1 out and runner down at second in the form of Van Leuven. Sorensen, sorry, the pitcher. Van Leuven, the left fielder, is the batter in the 1-2 count. That one's high. Ball one.
Ball two.
Ball two, sorry. Ball two. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at second, 2-0 lead on the Berlick Memorial Healthcare scoreboard. Berlick Memorial Healthcare, you can count on them to care. Visit them at blmhospital.com. Ground ball to third, a 2 first in time. The runner does advance to third. Nice play there by Humphreys to get the out at first base. She jammed her fingers in yesterday's game on her throwing hand. And so that was a good throw across the diamond to get out number 2. So now Kester, the first baseman, will be the number 9 hitter with a runner at third. A wild pitch or a pass ball possibly scores a run here. So the Bears would like to get out of the inning. And she hits her on the first pitch. So the number 9 hitter in the lineup gets the free pass, and Barchi, who's 1 for 1 in the game, already has a single, will be the batter. I'm sure she'll lay down a bunt or something on this, or fake a bunt on this first pitch to try to get the runner to second. So there will be runners at second and third, and a base hit would score 2, but she doesn't. She fouls it off instead. The runner was going. Kester was almost to second base. So 0-1 is the count. Barchi had the single up the middle on her first at bat. A single would score 1 right here. And it's already a 2-0 ball game in favor of the Eagles. And that's a high outside pitch. Throw down to third, not in time. So 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, 2 on. Surprisingly, Kester didn't run.
I would have thought, especially when she saw the throw go to third, advance there.
So here's the 1-1 pitch now. Strike 2. And there's another bad throw and another run scores. They threw to second to try to get the out. And the throw goes into center field. And the run scored easily. And that's why you don't want any runners at third base. The simplest error and a run scores. And now that's going to be another double run. And another run. To the left center field gap.
It's a good hit.
And here we are, still only in the second inning. Runner again in scoring position at second base. And the Eagles already lead it by a score of 4-0. At the plate for the Eagles is East, the shortstop. She is 0 for 1 in the game. She had a U-save fill, a 66 strikeout in her last at bat. Here she stands in the box and fouls off the first one. It's 0-1. Fisher set for the 0-1 pitch with 2 outs, and runner down at second is Barchi, who had that RBI double just a second ago. And the ball makes its way into right field. Price couldn't get there. It was a long run. That's not an error. That's a single. But it's a kind of a weird roll. It was spinning away from her. And all of a sudden it's 5-0 as the run was going on the runner was going on the pitch, on the swing, because there was 2 outs. And East with the RBI single. And it's 5-0. With a runner at first. Foul ball to Peck. She drove the one deep to left to right center in her first at bat. That ended up being the double play. The designated hitter today. And the Bears have a lot of work to do. They were down 6-1 to this team at one point in the season, came back to win. So it's not over yet by any means, as that one's fouled off, out of play. 0-2 is the count. But the Bears find themselves in a big hole here in the second inning. And the season on the line. You win this one or your season ends. So here's the 0-2 pitch. Up high. for ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runners at first now. East down there after that RBI single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball right to Ellie Romrell in left field for out number 3. But not before the Eagles score 5. The Bears coming up in the bottom of the second with work to do right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
I'm John Pym, Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine, DO. Interacting with wonderful people every day, being able to maybe make a small impact in their lives for good. I don't think that life gets any better than that. I am really excited to be here practicing in Bear Lake and be a good source for you and your family to take care of your healthcare needs.
Bear Lake High School sports on SVI are presented by Gary H. Tusher, CPA, bookkeeping, tax returns, and payroll. Mountain Valley Dental, creating healthy smiles for Bear Lake Valley and beyond. Lenhart Distributing, proud to support the Bears. Flying S Title and Escrow, whatever it takes. Southeast Idaho Steel, locally produced steel signs and fixtures. And Sampson's Island Grill at 253 South 4th Street in Montpelier.
Bear Lake Bears down big after just 2 innings. And they're coming up here for their second at-bat of the game in the bottom of the second. They gave up 5 runs in the top of the second. A couple of throwing errors were costly and some runs scored. And now the Bear Lake Bears find themselves in a hole early in this game. They trailed this team 6-1 earlier in the season and came back to lead the game 10-6 before winning it 10-8. So very capable of coming from behind in this game, but this game has a different feeling than that game did for me.
I don't like it.
Lindsay Fisher is the batter. She takes inside, ball 1. Sorensen, the lefty, is the pitcher. She doesn't bat left-handed, but she pitches left-handed. Whereas Preston yesterday had 2 girls that play right-handed and then bat left-handed. That one's fouled off. 1-1.
You have a daughter that did the same thing.
Yes, but that's because she was actually a switch hitter. She hit from both sides of the plate. It's not unusual at all to play right-handed and bat left-handed. It's unusual to throw left-handed and bat right-handed. Although I do have a son-in-law that did the same thing.
Yep.
So I guess it's not that unusual. 2 balls, 1 strike. And there's a pop fly to the third baseman. Not really a pop fly, not really a line drive. Just went right at her. Foster makes the easy play. She didn't even have to move her feet. Just put her glove up to about chest high. Ball plopped in it. And we got an out number 1. So the Bears have sent 5 batters to the plate, 4 outs and a walk. Have not hit safely yet. And Brielle Romrell will try to end that. The freshman left fielder that caught the ball at the end of the inning takes up high and away for ball 1. Ellie's had a great year for the Bear Lake Bears. Has several home runs and playing great defensively. She fouls that one off. Bears have been unable to really get good, solid contact against Sorensen. And have you only had the 1 base runner, and that was via the walk. And here we are on the number 6 hitter in the lineup with 1 out in the bottom of the second. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Great pitch. Threw it past her, and Romrell in a 1 ball, 2 strike hole with 2 outs.
She was swinging
with 1
for
out.
the
She was swinging
skate
for the
park there.
Yeah, maybe the Allringer building, the Allred building, I should say, up the top of the hill. That ball's in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
I'm looking at all those kids over there and thinking,
With the wind, the way it's blowing, I don't know if she could get one out there. She could get it to center or right field. I don't know to straightaway left if she could get one that far because of the wind. just missed. Ooh, I was ready for her to be struck out with that pitch, and Carlson decides it missed a little bit too much, and it's 3-2. So here's a knocker walk situation for Romrell. And she's going to hit it right straight on a line to the shortstop. East, again, did not have to move her feet. So 2 batters, 2 outs, and the fielders that have made the outs haven't even had to move their feet. They just put their mitt up. That one was hit harder than the Fisher pop fly. This brings up McKinley Humphreys, who's playing in place of Callie Beard, who's out with a stomach bug. She was thrown up before yesterday's game. Came out about midway through the game, and she's not playing today. Strike one. The Bears didn't hit the ball real well yesterday, and so far today, not hitting the ball at all. That was a good contact on that last one by Romrell. It's just right at the shortstop. Here's the 0-1 pitch. High, ball one. The Bears' only base runner was via the walk. They need something here. They'd love a 2-out rally. Michael is on deck if Humphreys can reach base safely. And swing and a miss, strike 2. The off-speed pitch Folder, she was reaching for it, and there was nothing there because it had fallen out of the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on. 5-0 Marsh Valley on the Bear Lake Memorial Healthcare scoreboard. Bear Lake Memorial Healthcare, you can count on us to care. Visit them at blmhealthcare.com. Foul ball. That's blmhospital.com. Foul ball. So 1-2 pitch. We'll do it again. If Humphreys doesn't make it on, we'll lead off the next inning with Michael, Price, and Crockett. But she'd love to have a 2-out rally here. Here's the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch with 2 out. Struck her out. Outside corner, called strike. There's a Yusei Phillips 66 strikeout for Sorensen to end the inning. And after 2 complete innings, the Bears in a hole. They're down 5-0 on the SVI Sports Network.
At Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine, it's not only about mining phosphate for production of crop nutrients that support western U.S. farmers and ranchers. It's about supporting our employees, neighbors, and local communities and their families. From providing quality competitive jobs to being an active partner in our local communities. Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine. Passion for people and supporting local families by bringing Earth's resources to life.
Our PT department is comprised of physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We also have pelvic floor that we do. Physical therapy helps in multiple settings. They assist in the skilled nursing facility, the manor, the home health, along with helping out with both preoperative and postoperative. Make sure that you have the best outcome with your surgery and your way of life going forward.
Bear Lake Bears, this is a nightmare start for them at the beginning of this game. Down 5-0 after 2 innings. The Bears only had 1 base runner, and that was Brooklyn Pope, who drew a walk. They couldn't get her past second base. Meanwhile, in the second inning, the Marsh Valley Eagles hit the ball all over the park and scored 5. A couple errors by the Bear Lake Bears peppered in there. And Olivia Campbell, who started out that 5-run second inning with a walk, steps in there to lead off the third inning. Bears haven't even been through the lineup yet, and the 4, 5, 6 hitters of the Eagles coming up for their second plate appearances of the game. Eagles lead at 5-0. And Ellie Romrell, the new pitcher, misses ball 1. Romrell has thrown well this year, and she comes in relief of Fisher, who gave up those 5 runs here in the third inning, and that's a pop fly. Looks like it's going to get out of play. It will for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody on, nobody out. 5-0 ball game in favor of the Marsh Valley Eagles. Marsh Valley came into the tournament as the number 5 seed, looking to pull off their 3rd upset of the tournament and earn themselves a trip to the state tournament and the district championship game. Swing and a miss there by Campbell, which will be played Saturday in Preston against Preston. True double elimination tournament, so whoever makes it there would have to win twice. That one's high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 count. Romrell looking to sit Campbell down here on the 2-2 pitch. Just misses outside. 3-2. This situation last time, Campbell drew a walk and came in to score a run on an error. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Struck her out. At the knees, a called strike. And there's a USAVE Phillips 60 strikeout. A nice way to start for Ellie Romrell. In the first batter, she faced Larson in that second inning. Had a ground ball to center field that advanced Campbell to third, and then she came in to score. She takes strike one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Just low. 1 ball, 1 strike. That crossover pitch is one that Romrell throws for a lot of called strikes. That time it was just low. That one's up and in. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 is the count. Nobody on, 1 out. 3-1. After just missing with strike 2, the next 2 pitches have missed quite a bit. So now 3-1, you can unload your bat if you want to, Miss Larson, and see what you can do. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Romrell. Got the drop ball past her. And we're back to a 3-2 count. Romrell on the last 3-2 count. Let's see what she can do here against Larson. And she gets the foul ball. We'll do it again. Larson reached out and got just a little bit of that one. Fouled it up and out of play over to the other field. This will be 3-2 again with 1 out, nobody on. And she walked her up and in. So after a leadoff strikeout, a walk to Foster. This brings up, to Larson. This brings up Foster. And Foster popped out for out number 1 in what looked like the Bears, when she popped out, could possibly get out of the inning in good situation, but they were unable to do much for the next several batters and gave up 5 runs. The bunt is down, first in time for out number 2. So the sacrifice bunt is successful. The runner does move.
Well played by third baseman Humphreys.
And they get the out easily at first, but that does put Larson at second. And Sorensen, who had the big hit, the 2 out, the double, the line drive double to the fence in the last inning was the crucial hit, is the batter. Called strike, outside corner, nice pitch, 2 out. But there is a runner at second base. A base hit, scores a run with 2 out because she's going to be moving to the crack of the bat. Here is the 0-1. She missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out, 5-0 ball game. Runner at second here in the top of the 3rd inning. Marsh Valley Eagles lead your Bear Lake Bears on the Bear Lake Memorial Healthcare scoreboard. And that ball is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Got her to swing and miss for strike 2. So now the count is even at 2-2. Romrell would love to get out of the inning right here. Strand that runner down at second. Here is the 2-2 pitch. And it's going to be a ground ball to Price. She's up with it over to first in time for out number 3. So the Bears do not allow any runs, just the 1 base runner, and it was on the walk. They'll come up with a chance to try to get back in this one right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Nice job, Martin. Looking good. Oh, it's the funny car guy.
Hey, you got Napa know-how too, huh?
Yep. Well, Martin does go 200 miles an hour.
Ron breaks 300 in 4 seconds.
Yeah, in a straight line. That's real hard.
You drive in a circle.
You don't even steer.
Look at me.
Hey, you
I
too.
turn left.
Don't make me go get my can.
Your can's old.
Quiet! Matlock's on!
That's Daryl's can.
Boogity, boogity!
Bears need to wake up their bats. They trail at 5-0 here after 2.5 innings. They're coming up to their plate for their third at-bat. They've only had one runner on, and that runner reached via the walk. Bears need base runners, and Maddie Michael is going to be the first batter that's going to try to do that. She's the right fielder. She usually bats in the 7 spot. They have her batting in the 8 spot today. She's got a lot of speed. And she is going to try to be the first Bear Lake base runner to reach base with her bat. The walk, drawn by Brooklyn Pope, is the only Bear Lake Bear to reach base. 8-9-1 for the Bears in the bottom of the third. Ball 1. Sorensen pitches it low. 1 ball. No strikes, nobody on. Bears need base runners. Here's the 1-0. Ball 2. Michael thought about that one for a second, but she kept the bat on her shoulder and takes ball 2. 2-0. Sorensen's throwing quickly, working quickly, I should say. And that one's up high, 3-0. Leadoff walk would be big here with the top of the lineup coming up. And Michael steps in there, 3-0. See if she has the green light. She doesn't, and she takes ball 4. First chink in the armor, I should say, for Sorensen as she gives the walk on 4 pitches. The other walk was a 3-2 count worked by Brooklyn Pope. And now Bentley Price, who's a great bunter and has a lot of speed, is the batter in the number 9 spot. She had a sacrifice bunt yesterday. Let's see if that's her role right here. Try to get a batter in scoring position. She is going to square to bunt. She pops out, and it's going to be a double play. And there we go. Foster snuck way in, caught that one on the fly, and because it was a situation where she's trying to bunt the runner over, Michael was halfway to second base. It wasn't even close on getting the out at first, the double play at first. So the leadoff walk is erased with the double play, and Crockett comes into the plate with 2 out. And she's going to fly out for out number 3, and that'll do the 3rd inning. The Bears will be on defense as we go to the top of the 4th right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Our PT department is comprised of physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We also have pelvic floor that we do. We have very competent and successful providers that provide the best care possible. Physical therapy helps in multiple settings. As a hospital, we're really, really proud of what we are able to provide. It's an all-encompassing department that is very, very much needed.
We take all the decisions and explain them and make it easier for everybody to understand.
We bring a uniqueness to it, and we try to make sure everything is positive and happy and people have a good experience.
People come in and sign papers and they leave and they're happy, they get their house. I like that.
When we hand you that deed to your home, there's not going to be anything that's going to come up later that's going to hurt.
No energy in the ballpark. Lisa made that comment off the air, and I agree. The Bear Lake Bears find themselves, after 3 complete innings, in a big hole, 5-0. Leadoff walk was erased on a double play. The bunt wasn't a very high pop-up, but Foster was basically in the batter's box when she squared, and she was able to catch it on the fly. Nice shoestring catch. It was basically in the dirt. Michael, because she was stealing the base, because that was the plan all along, was doubled off first, and then first pitch swinging, Peyton Crockett drilled a line drive. It was a hard hit, great hit, just right at Campbell, who was in deep center field. It was right at her, and just like that, the inning ended, and the Bears, down to their final 4 innings of the season, trail 5-0. Just missed on the outside corner for ball 1. For the Marsh Valley Eagles, it's Van Leuven, Kester, and Barchi will be the batters. Van Leuven fouls that one off. She is 0 for 1. She grounded out to third base in the 5-run, second inning. Third inning. 5-run third inning. Second inning. It was the second inning. And she's going to hit a double. Nope, she stopped. I don't know why she stopped.
She'd have made it. Yeah, that. If you're the coach, you're frustrated there, I think.
It's a fly ball right down the right field line. Banny Michael had a long way to run, and the ball was spinning and going further away from her. She stopped at first. Good for the Bears. This is Kester, who was hit by the only pitch she saw back in the second inning. She pops that bunt up and out of play. That's just the way it has gone for the Bears in this game. The Bears pop a bunt up that only went 3 feet off the ground. Didn't really pop up. Just didn't get down quickly. Mm-hmm. And Barchi makes a great shoestring catch on it for the double play. Marsh Valley pops up a bunt, and that's easy out at second. Nice throw there by Romrell. And something goes right for the Bears. 1 ball, 1 strike, but now 1 out, as Van Leuven is caught trying to steal. Nice throw by Romrell. And she was out by 2 steps, foul ball. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 4th inning. And that's a ground ball. Romrell will field it first at her pitcher position, throw it over to first in time. And that one probably gets through for a single if she doesn't stop it because it's where it was. But Romrell makes the good stop in the dirt. She had to kneel down basically to get it because of where it was. And throws over to first in time. Barchi back up there. Barchi is 2 for 2 in the game. Her 2 at-bats have been a single and a double, and she's going to foul that one off. And her double was big. It was part of that 5-run second inning. Romrell working her second inning. She's only allowed 1 base runner, and this is going to be close, but Humphreys will win the race to the bag. The ground ball to first. Humphreys fields it, and the Eagles go 1, 2, 3. The Bears defense has stiffened up after that 5-run second inning, but their offense needs to wake up after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier is your full-service pharmacy, including prescription refills and medications. Bear Lake Drug also offers services such as rapid strep test, rapid influenza test, and medication synchronization. Ask your pharmacist for more details at Bear Lake Drug on Washington Street in Montpelier. Visit BearLakeDrugID.com. That's BearLakeDrugID.com. It's your local drugstore and a whole lot more. Bear Lake Drug.
Go here, go there, go anywhere with Phillips 66.
Live to the full with You Save Phillips 66, where your convenience is our pleasure.
Pope, Romrell, and Humphreys will be the batters. Bears need runs. They trail 5-0 after 4.5 innings. Sorensen still in the box, and that's going to be a foul ball to Pope. She is 0 for 0. She walked in her 1 plate appearance. She's been the only Bears base runner, except for another walk by Michael Michael was then doubled off on the bunt attempt. So Pope has been the only runner stranded through three innings. And she's going to hit that fly ball into right field. Is going to go foul. The wind took that one. On a calm day, that might have stayed. But that one Had a little bit of spin on it anyway, and the wind blowing hard straight towards the right field line blew it way out of play. 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Oh, and another foul ball. Pope up there battling, making Sorensen throw. 44 pitches, though, is all that Sorensen's had to throw through 3 innings. As the last inning went quickly. The walk, 2 pitches to the next batter, and 1 pitch to the next batter. She only threw about 8 or 9 pitches in the entire 3rd inning. Here's the 0-2. It's in the dirt. Ball 1. That's a pitch you want if you're the Bear Lake Bears and there's a base runner on, because it bounces clear slowly to the backstop, because once it hit the ground, bounced over the catcher, it just kind of trickled back there to the backstop. A runner advances easily on those kind of pitches. But alas, nobody was on, and here's the 1-2 pitch to Pope. And she misses high. 2-2. Sorensen throwing well. Pope has made her work, though. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And there is a base hit to right field. Pope is safe at first. And the Bears have the leadoff runner aboard. On the line drive single into right field. That brings Cambria Romrell, the senior catcher, to the plate. Let's see if Pope is running, see if Cambria is swinging, see what happens, what Coach Pope has up his sleeve to try to get himself back in this game, trailing 5-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Romrell is swinging, and she's going to pop out. No, it's dropped.
Oh.
But Pope, there was no way.
Yeah, she couldn't, she had no choice there.
Yeah, Pope, if she tries to go, is going to be doubled off.
Mm-hmm.
But because she didn't go.
Do they call that in? Oh,
no, it's not infield fly because there's only 1 out.
They're just subbing the runner.
Yeah. So pop fly error on Barchi, but Pope was out because she was standing on first base. That was not Pope's fault at all. And then Taylinda Clark, who's in there as the courtesy runner, is there with, and the Marsh Valley thought she was out, but to me it looked pretty safe.
I think she was there, but these girls got to learn how to slide. I mean, I know they know how to slide. They need to do it.
And that's one, we said the other girl might have been out if she would have slid. That's one that Taylin wouldn't have even been close if she slides, and then she'll advance to 3rd on the wild pitch. And then a bad throw back to the pitcher, and a run scores. So a frustration throw. And the Bears get a run. And now it's a 3-0 count. That should be 3.
I had them actually only for.
Oh, no. I'm going back to Romrell's at bat. Sorry. 2-0.
Yeah.
To Humphreys. And she's going to pop up, and that's going to be. Wow, that carried way further than I thought it did.
I thought it was going to drop.
I was ready to say that's going to be a single, and it turns out to be an easy out.
Mm-hmm.
That ball carried. Again, the wind carried it right to Saxton, the right fielder.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be short and drop kind of in there.
In the right center field gap, and instead it just kept carrying and carrying and carrying. And we ended up with an easy fly ball out. So the batter is going to be Lindsay Fisher. This is her spot in the lineup, but she subbed out as the pitcher, so now they're explaining the defensive substitutions. And Coach Pope making sure everything's on the same page so Fisher can step into the box without it being an issue. Make sure he's got all the substitutions taken care of correctly.
Yeah, you don't want to get an out on a technicality like that in a game like this.
Correct. So 2 outs. And this is Fisher re-entering, so now she's done. She has to either stay out there and play defense or she's out of the game because this is counts as a re-entry. So she either has to stay in or her day is done, and she's going to drill a single into center field. Almost a great diving stop by East, but it gets into center field for a single. And that ball, as soon as it hit, it looked like it was going to be to the left center field gap. Probably still only going to be a single, but it kind of would curveball right over to Campbell. So now Brielle Romrell, the freshman who's now the pitcher, steps in. She takes ball one high. Fisher is not the pitcher now, so she can't be courtesy run for, so she's going to have to run for herself. Romrell, in her only at-bat, lined out to shortstop. That's the one that East didn't even have to move her feet. And that one's going to be an easy out for East, and the inning's over. Little pop fly right behind the pitcher. East gets it easily, and the Bears get one, but they strand one. And we'll be back with the top of the the fifth right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Discover your future with Simplot, where a multitude of career opportunities await. Whether you're interested in mining, agriculture, engineering, technology, manufacturing, management, or a number of additional options, Simplot offers not just a job, but a truly satisfying and rewarding career. Explore our diverse range of positions and find where you belong. Visit Simplot.com to view available positions locally and across the United States. That's Simplot.com, a world of career opportunities.
Here at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, we have the honor of having a great radiology team. They've been recognized at the state level of being the best in their field. In our radiology department, we are able to provide MRIs, CT scans, X-rays, mammograms, ultrasound, echocardiograms, nuclear medicine, and DEXA scans.
Mikkel East, who recorded that last out, catching the pop fly, will be the leadoff batter. She's number 2 hitter. She has a single, which was part of that 5-run second inning, and a strikeout. But those were both against the previous pitcher, Lindsay Fisher. So Fisher is going to play right field. The Bears keeping her bat in the lineup by inserting her into right field. So BP, Brooklyn Pope in center, Michael in right, and Taylor, and now Lindsay Fisher in left. And East, the shortstop, trying to give some insurance runs to these Marsh Valley Eagles. Her 2 at-bats have been against Lindsay Fisher, stepping in for her first at-bat against Brielle Romrell. She grounds it right back up the middle for a single. Romrell can't field that one. That's similar to the one she had for the out earlier. That one gets through. Leadoff single on the first pitch. And this gets it to Peck. Peck is 0 for 2 in the game. 2 flyouts. One of them was a double play, and the other one was just to Romrell in left field. Here is the pitch with runner at first, and that was a hit-and-run situation. It almost paid off big time. Right down the first baseline. It missed being a big, probably a double, definitely a double. And the runner would have been at third because she was running on the play. It was a hit-and-run by about 4 inches. So here's the 0-1 pitch, 0-2. She fouled that one off, back out of play. So Romrell has Peck in a hole, 0-2. Peck, the designated hitter today. And she's going to hit this one a high pop fly. And it's caught in foul territory by Humphreys. Great play. She threw her mask, fought the wind, fought the sun, makes the catch for out number 1. And even though her back was to the field, she had the presence of mind to spin and make sure the runner didn't advance. So here's Olivia Campbell, who's 0 for 1. She's drawn a walk, and that's ball 1. And she struck out in her 2 at-bats with a runner at first now and 1 out. And that's a foul ball. This time down the third baseline. Campbell out in front of it. 4, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. 5-1. Marsh Valley the lead here in a win or go home game in the district tournament. And that's going to be an easy pop fly for Abby Humphreys at third base. So McKinley Humphreys catches it at first. Abby Humphreys catches it at third. And there's 2 outs. That one was in fair territory. The other one was a foul ball. But Larson coming to the plate. Larson's had a good game on the day. She's 1 for 1 with a walk. And she's going to ground to second. Crockett will take it easily herself. Step on the bag. And after a leadoff single, the Bears get out of the inning and will come to the plate in the bottom of the 5th, still trailing by 4 at 5-1, right here on the SVI Sports Network.
Bear Lake Dental in Montpelier is where kindness and dentistry meet. Our friendly, talented team have years of experience in providing compassionate service and high-quality dental care. Dr. Micah Himmerick, Dr. Monty Weston, and a full staff of dental experts are here to help you create a new smile. Visit Bear Lake Dental at 215 South 4th Street in Montpelier. Online at bearlakedental.com or give us a call at 208-847-0153. Bear Lake Dental, creating happy, beautiful smiles.
At Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine, safety is our top priority, not just for our employees, but for their families too. Our commitment extends beyond the workplace as we proudly support and contribute to the local community in meaningful ways. We're more than just a mine. We're a pillar of strength for those who live here. Discover how we make a difference at Simplot.com. Join us in fostering a safer, stronger community. Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine.
The Bears did manufacture 1 run in the bottom of the 4th. They need a couple more here in the bottom of the 5th. Humphreys, Michael, and Price, the bottom 3 in the lineup, coming to the plate. Humphreys struck out her first at-bat. Michael reached on a single on her first at-bat, but then was doubled off as Price tried to lay down the sacrifice bunt. Humphrey's strikeout ended the second, and then the Michael and Price double play started the third for the Bear Lake Bears. Sorensen still out there throwing well, headed to her 5th inning of work. As the Bears in a hole. Unfamiliar territory to go deep into the game. When they were down 6-1 to these guys earlier in the year and came back to win that game, they came back by about the 3rd inning and then never looked back and just had to hold on for the win. This one feels differently. This one feels a little different. They haven't been able to get the bats going. And the 7-8-9 hitter is going to try to change that right now against the lefty Sorensen. Romrell has come in and has only allowed 2 base runners in the 3 innings that she's worked. So Bears have calmed down defensively. They just need to find some offense. Humphreys will step in there. And she's going to start it off right. She gets the single to center field. The line drive right back up the middle.
That's a great hit.
1 pitch and 1 hit. Maddie Michael, who drew a walk, is a speedster. This is maybe a sacrifice bunt situation. You get McKinley running. You get Michael to lay down the bunt. You got to have a really perfect play to maybe to get the out with a speedster like Michael in the box. We'll see. Nope, she's swinging. She's going to pop out. Pop fly out, and East was standing right on second base. So 2 pitches, a single, and an out. And now Bentley Price, the senior second baseman, standing in there. I don't know that she's bunting with 1 out, but she might still be. The Bears might think we still got to manufacture her on somehow. Let's see. And she's not. She's swinging away, and another pop fly out. 3 pitches, and then they try to double off Humphreys, and they throw the ball away. She wasn't going to be out anyway, and she gets to second base. Three pitches is all in this inning. And now Peyton Crockett, who's hit the ball hard twice and is 0 for 2 because they've both been caught in center field.
A double here would help.
A 2-out rally is what the Bears need. They'll take anything at this point. That one's high for ball 1.
A home run would even be better.
Brooklyn Pope standing in the on-deck circle, hoping that she gets a chance to come to the plate here in the 5th. And that's a called strike. I'm glad she didn't swing at it because that was a change-up that just barely stayed high enough. There's not much you could have done with that pitch other than probably a lazy ground ball for an out. Here's the 1-ball, 1-strike count. That's ball 2. Ball gets away from Larson, but not far enough for Humphreys to do anything about it. 2 balls and a strike. Humphreys is at second, so with 2 outs, a single probably scores her because she'll be running at the crack of the bat. Here's the 2-1 pitch. 3-1. Pope, hoping to come to the plate, is in the on-deck circle. Crockett is up 3-1. Sure, she has the green light here. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and it's going to be a pop fly out of play. 3-2. The foul ball. She just barely got a piece of it. And it fouls off down behind the first base dugout. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And that's going to be a line shot caught.
Ah, what a catch at the fence.
For out number 3.
At the fence.
And it might have got over if she doesn't catch it. At least would have been a double. But the Bears leave one stranded and are down to their final 2 innings of the season, and they got to play some defense in the meantime. 5-1, Marsh Valley leads, headed to the top of the 6th on the SVI Sports Network.
My name is Benjamin Bozen. I am a family medicine physician. I really enjoy providing care to the whole family, from newborns to elderly care. I like athletes and sports medicine, and then I also do osteopathic manipulative therapy, which is a hands-on treatment. My ultimate goal is to be your advocate and to help you have the best life that you can have, to help you achieve your goals.
You're back.
The Bears down to their final 6 outs offensively, and they've got to play some defense in order to stay in this one. They're trailing at 5-1. Crockett could not have hit that ball much better. Absolutely hit it on a line, and moving back towards the fence to make the catch was Van Leuven. She caught it above her head on the run at the fence. Would have scored a run, which the Bears desperately needed. Foster, Sorensen, and Van Leuven will be the batters, and this is the part of the order that got it started in the 5-run second inning. That's been the difference in this game. It might be the difference in the season for the Bear Lake Bears. She's popped out and has a sacrifice bunt, does Maddie Foster, so she's 0 for 1. No sacrifice opportunity here with the bases empty. Here's the pitch, strike 1. Nice pitch by Romero. And she gets ahead in the count, 0-1. 0-2, great pitch. Called strike, outside corner at the knees. Love that pitch, and now Romero has a few to work with to try to get the first batter of the inning out. Sorensen, the 7-hitter, Van Leuven, the 8-hitter, due up. Ground ball to Humphreys, over
Great
to
job.
Humphreys. And the sisters combine for out number 1. Abby Humphreys over to McKinley Humphreys and Sorensen, who had the big hit in the game, the biggest hit in the game so far for either team. She had the single that scored a run and kind of started the 5-run second inning. And she's going to foul that one off. Just behind, she was behind it just a little bit and fouls it down the left field line. So 0-1. is the count. 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up for the Bears, so good part of the order to try to get some runs, but they've got some work to do in their half of the 6th inning. And that one's outside for ball 1. But Sorensen's trying to help her cause right here, batting 7th. She's 1 for 2, would like to get on and maybe add some insurance. And that one misses for ball 2. Those last 2 pitches looks like they've been change-ups and they've been outside and a little bit short. Here is the 2-1 count. That one misses high, so she overcorrected, and it's 3-1. Her first 4 pitches, the innings, were all strikes. These last 3 have been balls. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and that's fouled off, 3-2. So she fought back into the count and now has a chance to win the battle. Pitcher versus pitcher, Romrell versus Sorensen. Here's the 3-2. Struck her out. Nice pitch, outside corner, belt high. And then Yusei, Phillips 66 strikeout, is out number 2. Yusei, Phillips 66, live to the full where your convenience is our pleasure. Van Leuven, the left fielder who made that nice play to retire Crockett on what would have probably been an RBI double, is the batter. She swings and misses that one, strike 1. Outside for ball 1. Have to wait for the call there because that was close enough. I don't disagree at all with the call, but it's close enough. You wait. Let him make the decision. 1-1 is the count. 2 outs, nobody on. And that's going to be a ground ball. Humphreys at first will take it herself for out number 3. So since Romrell has come into the game, the Marsh Valley Eagles have only had 1 base runner total in the 3 innings, the 4 innings now. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Yeah, 4 innings that she's worked, but the Bears do trail it 5-1. They'll come up in the bottom of the 6th right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
I'm John Pym, Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine, DO. Interacting with wonderful people every day, being able to maybe make a small impact in their lives for good. I don't think that life gets any better than that. I am really excited to be here practicing in Bear Lake and be a good source for you and your family to take care of your healthcare needs.
Bear Lake High School sports on SVI are presented by Gary H. Tusher, CPA, bookkeeping, tax returns, and payroll. Mountain Valley Dental, creating healthy smiles for Bear Lake Valley and beyond. Lenhart Distributing, proud to support the Bears. Flying S Title and Escrow, whatever it takes. Southeast Idaho Steel, locally produced steel signs and fixtures. And Sampson's Island Grill at 253 South 4th Street in Montpelier.
Brooklyn Pope is now 2 for 2. She has two singles and a walk in this game. The first pitch swinging, and she puts the ball in play for the line drive into left center field. And that brings Cambria Romrell to the plate. Bears down to their final 6 outs, needing 4 runs to tie this game up. They trail at 5-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Romrell on the day is 0 for 2. And she swings and misses at strike 1. She struck out and then hit a pop fly. She reached on an error, but they still got the out because Pope had to tag up and was unable to advance. So here is the 0-1 pitch, outside, ball 1. Got to be careful with Pope down there at first. She does have some speed, so the catcher-pitcher combination has to be on their toes right here. Pass ball would be huge in this situation. Get a runner down there to scoring position. Swing and a miss.
That was a changeup.
You don't see Romrell miss a whole lot of those. Now she's down 1 ball, 2 strikes. She does have 1 strikeout in the game. She has a pop fly in the game. She's got home run power, but with 2 strikes, she's probably just looking to put it in play here. Here's the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch in the dirt, but stopped by Larson. Ball 2. That was a drop ball. She was trying to fool her on an outside drop ball. Romrell kept the bat on her shoulder, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Runner at first after a leadoff single. Here's the 2-2. Struck her out. Swing and a miss. Abby Humphreys coming to the plate. Abby Humphreys 0 for 2 for the Bears. Pop out and a fly out in her 2 out bats. But that was another Save Phillips 66 strikeout. Save Phillips 66 live to the full. Humphreys steps in there with a runner at first and 1 out.
Yeah.
Right down the middle. Belt high. Strike 1.
Oh, I don't know why I put that as an out. Because the out button and the strike button are right by each other. And I get confused.
Pope went up there first pitch swinging, drilled a single. And she is going to advance to second on the wild pitch. So she's now in scoring position, but the Bears need more than just 1 here. Humphreys looking to get herself on. The outfield basically playing at the fence. So anything that gets past the wind in the infield, if Pope doesn't have to tag up on it, she should score. Oh.
Ooh, she framed that well even.
I would have called that a strike. Oh, thank you. I guess it was high. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch coming from Sorensen. And that's going to fall. But Pope was had to tag up, and so she's going to be stopped at third. But Humphreys does advance to second. So
that was a great throw by
Saxton in right field. It just got over the head of the second baseman, Barchi. So Pope was forced to tag up so she didn't get doubled off. And so the runner's now at second and third with 1 out, and Lindsay Fisher, who came inches from a home run yesterday and is a very capable hitter, coming to the plate. Fisher is 1 out of 2. She does have a single in her last at-bat. A single here could possibly score 2 runs and would make this a brand new ball game. Or, just saying, she is capable of making it a 3-run hit with a single swing of the bat. The coach, Marsh Valley coach, has had his visit to the circle. He's headed back to the dugout. I don't think we're going to have any kind of change here. The team is still out there talking. And Sorensen will remain the pitcher. So just a timeout to say, hey, guys, we got a 4-run lead. And talk to his pitcher, say, hey, you don't need to be too worried. You got a good defense behind you. You got a 4-run lead. You don't have to be too careful. Throw good pitches. Here is the pitch, first pitch to Fisher with runners at second and third and 1 out. And it's behind her over her head, but it bounces right back to the catcher Larson. So Pope smartly stays at third. That one probably would have been an out because it did roll right back almost to her. But 1-0 on the first pitch. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be a pop fly to second base. 2 out. So now it's up to Ellie Romrell. Bears have had their best opportunity of the game to get multiple runs right here. Getting the runners to second and third with only 1 out. Ellie Romrell now with 2 out will have to have a rally. She's 0 for 2. She takes strike 1. She lined out and then popped out. The line out was a great hit, but it went right into the tracks. The shortstop didn't even have to move her feet. Here's the 0-1. It's in the dirt. Ball 1. 1-1. Larson doing a great job behind the plate, keeping everything in front of her. A pass ball or a wild pitch would probably score a run. Here's the 1-1. Romrell is going to pop out. Oh, no, it's gone. Woo! Oh, no, it stayed inside. In. It's off the fence. But Romrell is into third with a triple. A 2-run triple.
I thought it was gone, and then I saw it bounce in. And Holy moly.
I think the outfielder Campbell thought it was gone.
I think she thought it was gone too. It looked gone.
So McKinley Humphreys, who is 1 for 2, she had a single her last at bat, steps to the plate, and it's now a 2-run game with a runner at third, but there are 2 outs. That was big. The wind kept that one in. Would have been a 3-run home run. Instead, it's just a 2-run triple. But ball 1 to Humphreys. If Humphreys can reach, Michael will be the batter, and Michael has a hit today. A walk today. She's 0 for 1 with a walk, but has reached base. McKinley Humphreys looking to cut further into this lead. Here's the pitch, and she grounds to second, up to first in time for out number 3. So the Bears get 2 back. They're down to their final 3 outs, 5-3, going to the 7th right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
At Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine, it's not only about mining phosphate for production of crop nutrients that support western U.S. farmers and ranchers. It's about supporting our employees, neighbors, and local communities and their families. From providing quality competitive jobs to being an active partner in our local communities. Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine. Passion for people and supporting local families by bringing Earth's resources to life.
Our PT department is comprised of physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We also have pelvic floor that we do. Physical therapy helps in multiple settings. They assist in the skilled nursing facility, the manor, the home health, along with helping out with both preoperative and postoperative. Make sure that you have the best outcome with your surgery and your way of life going forward.
Ellie Romrell has been the hero at the bat so far. She had that 2-run triple to cut the lead to 2, and now the Bears only trail by 2, 5-3, but they're down to their last 3 outs. Marsh Valley has 3 more outs and would like to extend their lead. Kester will be the first batter. She's 0 for 1 and was hit by a pitch in her 2 at-bats. That one hit by pitch was against Fisher. The ground ball out was against Romrell. And 47 pitches, 31 strikes thrown for Romrell. She just throws that one high for ball 1. Here is the 1-0, and that was going to be a pop fly back out of play for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bears need a few things to bounce their way in this final inning if they're going to extend their season. That one's inside. Kester gets out of the way. Maybe she should.
Well, she was ducking to get out of the way, and she almost put herself in the way.
And almost got hit by it almost hit the bat.
Yeah.
Foul ball. Strike 2, 2-2.
And just saying that, I would have done the same thing she did because it looked like it was going to hit her right in the head.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on. Top of the 7th, 5-3. Marsh Valley lead. Just outside. Full count. Don't want to give this leadoff walk-up right here because she is the number 9 hitter in the order. Barchie's had a good game at the plate coming up next. And she walked her. Barchie's 2 for 3. And she's had a single and a double. And then grounded out her last at-bat. Maddie Barchie, the second baseman. And the leadoff runner aboard with a leadoff walk. Barchie, East, and Peck. Strike 1. Called strike inside corner belt high. Nice pitch by freshman Ellie Romrell. If you're looking ahead, what do the Bears have coming up? They have Michael, Price, and then back to the top of the order with Crockett. Strike 2. Nice pitch. 0-2 is the count. Runner staying at first. Kester staying pretty close to the bag down there. 0-2 is the count. Ground ball to second, and a bad throw and an error. Runner going to be at first and third. And I don't know who to give that one to. Price maybe just threw it a little bit too hard, trying to get the out. At first should have been an easy out. Instead, the runner reaches on an error, first and third. Should be 2 outs with runner at second. Reminiscent of last night when the Bears gave up some runs. Called strike on the fake bunt, but the runner does go to second base. That one actually would have only been the first out of the inning. But it was potential, I thought, off the bat, maybe a double play ball. But Price decided to go to first with it, and it was an error. Now 0-2, and a run will score on the wild pitch. There you go, leadoff walk, and then an error. So instead of having the runner at second on that wild pitch, run scores. Six to 3 for Marsh Valley with nobody out, runner at third. So likely another run will come in here, and they'll have a minimum of a 4-run lead that the Bears will have to overcome. 2-2. Count is full. Ball 3. 3-2 is the count. Nobody out. Runner at third. Run has already scored because of an error and a walk. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. Runners at first and third. Nobody out. Run has already scored to give a 3-run lead. And you got the heart of the lineup, the best hitters in the park for the Marsh Valley Eagles coming to the plate. And it's going to be another wild pitch and another run scores. East advances to second. And Barchi scores 7-3. Meeting in the circle, Coach Quinn Pope trying to calm down his troops as they've given up 2 runs and have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. And Peck, Campbell, and Larson, the 3 girls you're least likely to want to face in this situation, coming to the plate for the Marsh Valley Eagles. So the Bears in a deep hole, and no redemption from this one. If they don't come back in the bottom of the 7th, their season ends. They were 1 run, needed 1 win and had 2 chances to get it after beating American Falls in the first game of the district tournament. And they are now 3 outs away from going home. Strike, swing and a miss, 0-2. Ball 1. Pop fly back out of play. It's going to remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Romrell had not even allowed a base runner to get to second base in the first 4 innings she pitched. And that's another foul ball back over our heads. Has now given up 2 runs in the inning. Nobody out, runner at second. But one of those was reached on an error. And that's going to be a blast down the right field line. That'll score a run on the double. The hard ground ball to left field, the double. And another run scores. 8-3. Bears season slipping away. As Sorensen has pitched a good enough game, I don't know that the Bears can score 5, let alone they may have to score more because there's still nobody out and a runner in scoring position. Swing and a miss by Campbell. Campbell is 0 for 2 on the day. She does have a walk, a strikeout, and a pop fly, but that's ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. 3 runs in the inning, and a runner at second with nobody out. 8-3 score in favor of the Marsh Valley Eagles. Ball 2. Not even close. That was high. 2-1. I don't know if they're trying to pitch around her because that one was way up in the zone. And that's what the catcher was calling for, was that exact pitch. And that one's outside, 3-1. Larson due up. She's had a great game at the plate, and she'll be the batter if Campbell is the on-deck batter no matter what, I should say. Foul ball, 3-2. Campbell fouled that one back out of play. She's had a good day defensively. She's looking to add to her team's run total right here at the plate. Here's the 3-2 pitch, ball 4. Larson at the plate. She's 1 out of 2. She's got a single and a walk. Last time up, she did ground out to the shortstop. It is a force at third base right now. Called strike. 0-1 is the count. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Foul ball, 0-2. You say Phillips' 66 strikeout would be really big right here for the Bears. They need an out. 3 runs have already scored in the inning, and runners at first and second with nobody out. Inside, almost hit her. Larson, the catcher, 1 out of 2. She's got an RBI back in that 4-run second. All of their runs have come in just 2 innings. And that's going to be a pop fly back out of play. So the Bears have had a fantastic season. Just to see it slipping away here in the district tournament when they looked like they were going to go to state as a number 6 seed, ranked in the top 6 in the state. Their ranking was moving up and getting better and better. Struck her out. But that's still only the first out of the inning. And they got runners at first and second. They've already scored 3. The Bears down by 5. Foster, the third baseman, will be the batter. She's popped out, sacrificed on a bunt, and grounded out in her 3 at-bats. Takes high for ball 1. Bears need outs, and then they need a rally. Ball 2. Sorensen, the pitcher, due up next, and she's already hit the ball really solidly in this game. You would not want to load the bases here for her. Called strike. 2-1 is the count. 3 walks in the inning already for the Marsh Valley Eagles, and that's going to be a pop fly. It will be out in center field. Nice catch by Brooklyn Pope. So 2 outs now. Sorensen is 1 out of 3. That one single was big, though, because of when it came. It started that rally, scored a run as part of the 4 runs back in the second inning. Pop fly out of play. Foul ball, strike 1. 0-1 count now. 5 runs in the second, 3 runs in the 7th for the Marsh Valley Eagles. The Bears have only been able to get 3 all day. Foul ball, strike 2. Ninth hitter of the inning, because it was Van Leuven who started the inning. That's on deck. She was actually out. No, she walked. Maybe it was Kester who started the inning with a walk. So this is the 7th batter of the inning, ball 2. So after going up 0-2, she's now down. She's now even the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Romrell would like to end the Marsh Valley rally right here. Here's the 2-2 pitch, 3-2. And Van Leuven's 1 out of 3 today. She's got a single, and she's looking possibly to come to the plate with the bases loaded. It's a foul ball. We'll do it again. So 3-2 pitch. Sorensen reached up there and fouled it down to her first base coach. We'll do the 3-2 pitch again. Swing and a miss, struck her out. That'll end the inning, but the Marsh Valley Eagles get 3 big insurance runs. The Bears are down to their last 3 outs. That, you say, Phillips 6-6 strikeout maybe kept things hope alive for the Bears. We'll be back to see if they can rally after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Nice job, Martin. Looking good. Oh, it's the funny car guy.
Hey, you got Napa know-how too, huh?
Yep.
Well, Martin does go 200 miles an hour.
Ron breaks 300 in 4 seconds.
Yeah, in a straight line. That's real hard.
You drive in a circle.
You don't even steer.
Look at me.
Hey, you
I
two.
turn left.
Don't make me go get my can.
Your can's old.
Quiet! Matlock's on!
That's Daryl's can.
Boogity, boogity!
Bear Lake Bears season comes down to this. They're 3 outs away from going home. Staying home, I should say, from the state tournament. And they came into this tournament tied for the second year in a row. They came into the district tournament tied for the regular season championship with the Preston Indians. Yesterday, they gave away a game that they kind of that Preston didn't play that well. The Bears just committed some costly errors, lost it 6-3, and they're playing the 5 seed today here at home. You would have thought the Bears were in a good spot, but they are down 8-3 with their final 3 at bats. Maddie Michael, who's 0 for 1 with the walk, is the leadoff batter. She takes that ball low for ball 1. Sorensen has thrown every pitch of this game. She's 81 pitches in here in the top of the 7th inning. The lefty doing a great job. Here is the 1-0 pitch. I thought she'd miss tie. Michael thought she'd miss tie, but it's a 1-1 count. And out number 1.
Oh, she missed it.
And safe at first. Ball pops out of the glove of the second baseman, and Michael is safe at first. So an error.
That's what they needed, is one on base. Here
It
we go.
looked like she had caught it in the air, and it popped out of Barchie's glove, and by the time she recovered, Michael was safe. Now Bentley Price, but probably not a bunt situation unless you're thinking she can bunt her way on, because you need 5 runs. Ball 1. You can't afford to have her bunt and give up an out. Price is a very capable hitter. She had a big hit in a game against the American Falls here at home. Very capable. It's now 2-0, and that one's in the dirt. And Michael down to second easily on the wild pitch. 2-0. And Price, if she could reach base, this would be a big thing, because you got top of the lineup and the big bat of Peyton Crockett, who's crushed the ball 3 times. 0 for 3, nothing to show for it because they've all been caught in the air, but she's hit it hard all 3 times. Price fouls that one back. Foul ball. Nice cut. Just got a little bit underneath it and fouled it off out of play. 2 balls and a strike. As long as Michael doesn't get doubled off, Crockett will come up with a chance. Swing and a miss. I like the cut, but she doesn't get a hold of it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Price looking to get herself on base. Bears need base runners. Crockett, Pope, and Romrell. 3-2 knocker walk situation, full count. Price would love to work a walk right here. That'd go a long ways. 3-2 count, nobody out. One on. Foul tip. Nice battle by Bentley Price as she fouls that one back off the screen. Hoping Bears looking for a rally, trailing by 5 in the 7th. Final game of the season if they lose. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. And the leadoff, two runners on, and Peyton Crockett, the leadoff batter, who has hit the ball on a line 3 times. The third one was at the fence when it was caught, is the batter. Looking to be the hero here with 2 out, 2 on. Fouls that one back just under. Is the hit that did it. And I think we're going to have a new pitcher. Nope. Looks like Foster's staying out there.
I apologize. I thought I had the sound on. I did not. Cambria Romrell just nailed that.
A 3-run home run. And it's now 8-7. The Bears came into the inning trailing by 5. They now trail by just 1 with only 1 out. Abby Humphreys and Lindsay Fisher will try to be the batters that extend the Bears' season at least by an inning. Humphreys just misses a foul ball down the third baseline.
That would have been a dandy if it had stayed fair.
If that had stayed fair, it's a double.
Have to chase that to burn.
It would have been a ground rule double because it was right down the line. And I think we got the sound back. 8-7, one out.
Sorry.
Cambria Romwell with the 3-run home run was the big hit, and that ball is behind Humphreys for ball 1.
7-8 in the bottom of the 7th with 1 out. For those of you, there's
Humphreys, Fisher, and Romrell, all 3 of them capable of tying this game up with 1 swing of the bat. And 2-1 count. Sorensen has thrown all the way. She's over at 100 pitches now in the game. 3-1. If she were to reach base here, the game winning run would come to the plate. Right now, she's just the game tying run. If she's on base, it becomes the game winning run. Here's the 3-1 pitch. 4 balls. And Abby Humphreys is on first, and Lindsay Fisher.
We're going to do a pitching
And now we
change.
got to have a pitching change because this is definitely not. You have to on this. This is the third. And so after the walk, Sorensen's day will be done.
She has pitched an amazing ball game.
She has.
She's done a good job.
Peck will be the pitcher now, I do believe. Is that number 11?
I can't see.
12. It's Van Leuven. Van Leuven is number 12. No, Peck is number 12. Van Leuven's number 2. I knew Peck had been the pitcher in the games we'd seen previously. Abby Humphreys practicing getting her lead off over there. And the coach is going out to the outfield to talk about where they want the defense to play, what they want them to do. The Bears needed 5 runs when this inning started. They have 4 of them already with just 1 out and a runner at first. And so now Lindsay Fisher represents the game-winning run. She is the batter. Abby Humphreys is the runner down at first as she got there on a walk. Peck is the new pitcher. And the Bears season on the line. Drama.
Drama, drama.
Drama, drama, drama. As we thought the season was over, and now the Bears have Fisher and Romrell coming to the plate. And can't look for 2 better swings in the Bear Lake lineup. Fisher is 1 for 3. She's got 2 pop-ups and a line drive single to center field are her 3 at-bats. And if you're Coach Humphreys down at first base, you're saying to Abby, whatever you do, don't get doubled off. Be extra careful so it's not a double play, because a double play ends the season. A fly ball or pop fly, if she's careful, it still gives the Bears 1 more batter. So barring a double play or a home run right here, Ellie Romero will come to the plate, but Fisher would like to just send the Bears to the district championship game right here. Peck, the new pitcher, and it's going to be a ground ball. It'll be out at second. Double play, game over.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Bears season ends on a double play. Ground ball to second.
Oh, that was an amazing play. Wow. I mean, wow. Congratulations to the Marsh Valley girls. They played one heck of a game today.
I had just said the only thing you don't want is a double play.
Yep.
And that's what they got. Bears season ends. Cambria Romero will be your Southeast Idaho Steel man of the game. Her 3-run home run gave the Bears a shot, but their season ends. Marsh Valley Eagles headed to state with the Preston Indians. This has been a fun year broadcasting. And so that will end our broadcast year until football next fall. Thank you to everybody on the SVI network. Thank you to all of our sponsors. It's been a fun one, but it ends in disappointing fashion as the Bear Lake Bears fall to the Marsh Valley Eagles. For everybody on the SVI